Take five. Friday, getting ready for the weekend. And the intention today, I suggest to be gratitude, as I am grateful. Repeating it 3 times in your head throughout the class would be very beneficial and help you create these neural pathways to where you keep it later on during the weekend. And again, we are grounding ourselves into the present moment, comfortably sitting. Regardless of the sitting position, you want to kind of even out the weight between the left and right sitting bones. Deep inhale into the belly. We'll try to move the breath as much as possible down the lungs, filling them up like a pitcher. On the inhale, feeling the bottom part, then the middle section of the lungs, and then the top. On exhale, from the top to the middle to the bottom. Begin tuning into the present moment. Use the breath throughout the practice to bring yourself into the present moment. In case you drift away with thoughts or schedules or worries or memories or anything that doesn't serve in this moment. Feel the skin on the top of your head, light vibration and warmth caused by the circulation. Relax this part of your head and continue to relax deeply as we continue. Relax the forehead, relax the eyelids and the skin on the face around your cheeks. Relax the outside of the throat and inside. Relax the shoulders, arms and hands and fingers. Relax the abdominal area inside and outside. Relax all the glands and cause the cells to function correctly to optimize health. Relax the thighs, feel the skin on where it touches the clothing and also where you're sitting. Relax the thighs inside and relax the knees and calves. Relax the feet. To deepen the relaxation, concentrate on your toes. Relax all the toes. Deepen your relaxation. Relax the heels. To further deepen your relaxation, imagine a passive, tranquil environment. Maybe you're in the mountain, all the different nature stuff around, tall trees, and the sun is peeking in between the branches. Some squirrels are chasing each other. Hear the birds in the distance. peaceful place. At this stage in your deepening practice, all the sounds that are around as they come in each moment, they're gonna just help you deepen even more into the practice. They won't distract you, they will deepen you more into your center. To help you fully relax even more, you're gonna count from 10 to 1. With each count, you're gonna feel less weight and more light. Imagine as your feet aren't part of your body, and your legs, and your torso, and your arms, and your shoulders, and your neck, all of it dropping the weight down, feeling light. 10, 9, 8, 7, getting deeper in the moment, 6, deeper in your center, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're deeper than before, feeling better than ever. Place your hands into the belly and inhale into the hands by moving them. On exhalation, feel the hands sinking towards the spine. Full inhale, full exhale. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky and find length through both of the sitting bones. Keep the left hand where it's at, moving the belly outwards on inhalation and towards the spine on exhalation. Gaining length as much as possible on the right side of the torso by anchoring the right sitting bone down. See if you can lean towards the left. Try not to collapse on the left side, but elongate. Even though the right side is more elongated, you still keep in strong core, elongating slightly on the left side as well. Lift yourself up if you have leaned towards the left and begin making circles backwards first with the right hand, but not too big of circle. Maybe the diameter is 80% of what you can do. Inhale up and exhale behind you and lowering. Incorporating breath as movement. Keep the left hand on the belly and feeling the belly expand. Forward on inhalation towards the spine on exhalation. On the next exhale, place the right hand on the belly and elevate the left one up towards the sky. Anchor both of the sitting bones and then anchor more the left one as you are elongating the entire left side of the torso this time. Hang in there. Try not to collapse on the right side, but instead keep it with a slightly engaged core. On the next exhale, we're going to be moving the left arm back. Again, the circle is not that big, it's about 80%. Inhaling up towards the sky, exhaling behind and down. At this point, if you have leaned towards the right core, you're just gonna straighten your torso and continue the movement with the hand, with the arm in a circle. Where is the breath? Can you feel the belly expands forwards and moving your right hand with it? If not, maybe send the breath to the belly. Teaching yourself how to breathe fully with the entirety of the lungs, unlike our daily lives. Place the left arm on the belly and with the right arm up towards the sky and change the direction of the circle. Here you can expand the circle a little bit. So forward first and then backwards with the right arm. On exhalation, you're gonna go down, forward and down. Inhalation, up and back. Exhalation, forward and down. Feel free to modify the speed according to your breath. So you can match movement with breath throughout the entire movement. It's entire inhale and entire movement. It's entire exhale. Let's switch. Right hand on the belly, left hand up, backwards and forward. And the circle here is bigger than what it was the first time, even though it's in the other direction. Relax the entire arm and the entire hand. And if you hear any clicking and popping and things like that, slow down the movements and the breath. And notice if there's any blockage anywhere. Inhale, right arm straight in front of you and wrap around the left and help with the left for the right arm to go towards the left. Straight arm. And then the palm is down towards the earth, but then move the fingers towards you. So kind of like a flexed wrist. Relax the right shoulder and look towards the right. Maintain that belly breathing as much as you can throughout the class. If I ever forget to repeat it and you remember, just notice where is the breath. Is it in the belly? Let's switch. Move the left arm straight in front of you and towards the right with the help of the right hand. Flex the fingers and palm is far from you. Look towards the left. Where is the breath? And when you're ready, move yourself back. Move yourself back to center. Place the hands behind you for support and lift the chest towards the sky. When you are on your hands, it doesn't matter if you're in this pose or you are in a tabletop or a down facing dog, you always want to keep the elbows shy of block to protect the wrist. Moving the chin towards the chin towards the sky as well. And when you're ready, come back to your center. So if you are in cross-legged position, and that's only if you're in cross-legged position. If you're in any other pose, sitting down, stay in the same pose. But if you're in cross-leg position, whatever leg was in front is gonna switch and go on the back. We always have a tendency to kind of cross legs the same way, so we'll try to balance that out. Moving the fingertips away from the crown of the head by walking them away and kind of wiggling the fingers. Moving left ear towards the left shoulder, elongating the entire right side, and keep wiggling the right fingertips, maybe the left too, but the right for sure, and elongate. And then move the chin forward and then backwards as you keep the left ear towards the left shoulder, opening the entire right side. Move very slow and find that one spot that is like a little bit more stubborn than anything else, and you would need a little more extra breath. Maybe pause in that spot and give it extra breath and TLC, tender love and care. As a matter of fact, keep the left ear towards the left shoulder and tuck the chin towards the chest and breathe there. Elevating the head and then right ear towards the right shoulder. Wiggle the left fingers away from the crown of the head. Moving the chin forward and then backwards. Notice how this side feels different. Keep the right ear towards the right shoulder. Or maybe it doesn't feel different. For most people, shoulders and neck area has big differences between left and right. Keep the right ear towards the right shoulder and move the chin towards the chest and hang in there. Breathe. And when you're ready, go back towards the center and then lean forward. Maybe keep your hands behind you again. Leaning forward. When you lean so much forward to where like your spine is straight, but you would have to bend it, place the hands in front of you and use them for leverage to keep the spine straight and just keep leaning forward as much as possible, spine straight. Getting into the hips area already, and each time you're stretching any part of the legs, you want to keep the spine straight, as otherwise the leg muscles will make the spine muscles give in. Elevating back towards the middle and then begin making circles on the tops of the hips. Once you find your rhythm, incorporate breath with movement. In this particular one, it doesn't really matter where you're gonna inhale, but the rhythm is more important, that you do it at the same place. For example, inhaling forward, making a circle, exhaling back, inhaling forward, exhaling back. Another option to that would be if you really have a long inhale, inhale through the entire circle and then exhale through the next circle. Maybe try both, see which suits you better. Let's change the direction of the circle. And then the next time you find yourself forward, elevate, straight spine, and legs in front of you straight. Straight but shy, blocking the knees. And inhale up towards the sky with the entire spine super straight. And then exhale, moving towards the toes with the face. So you're kind of tracking towards the feet, forward and forward. Imagine that I walk behind you and I press in the middle of your spine. You will move the chest forward. Inhale, gain some length into the spine, and exhale, push a little bit more towards the toes. Try this a few times. Inhale, gaining a little bit lengthen the spine, and then exhale, moving towards the toes. Very slowly, because we don't want the muscles to snap right back in after we stretch. So let's very slowly exit the pose, inhaling as slow as you can, relaxing the legs, and then make a distance between the feet about like 80%. Focus in the present moment in the breath. It's kind of the same motion moving forward with the face, but this time you're kind of stretching the inner hamstrings. You want to really, really feel differences first, and then second, where is that screaming point in the stretch where you need to stop, pause, and as you're pausing, mentally relaxing the entire length of each leg and foot. Or maybe some of the shoulder areas are tight in this moment. So, whatever you feel the resistance, just stop stretching, but concentrate on the breath. And you will notice that after a few seconds, more or less, you're able to release more, moving forward. Less is more. Less is more as it makes you mindful. So, sneaking in, not slamming in a pose. Body is releasing. In this one, imagine I walk behind you and again I press the middle of the spine. That kind of makes the shoulders go back and the chest more forward, leading with the face. Maybe even think leading with the nose, nose forward. Inhale and exhale, moving forward. Trying to keep both of your sitting bones on the mat. Keep the core kind of strong and then begin moving the hands towards the feet. You don't have to reach the feet, they can be on the ankles somewhere. And breathe. Now it's a great time to come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Ideally, I am. And inhale yourself back into middle and then get your pointer fingers, pointing them directly towards the left foot, and then the rest of the fingers are pointed back. And then begin hinging and squaring yourself towards the left foot and hinging towards the left foot. Inhale and exhale, really getting deep into that stretch. Do try to maintain the right sitting bone on the mat though. And then keep where you're at with the torso by using your core, and then switch by moving the middle finger next to the second finger, next to the pointer finger forward, and the other two are back on the two sides of, kind of like a peace sign, forward, and the rest are back, stretching in between the fingers and towards the toes. Keep both of the sitting bones on the mat as much as you can. Very slowly inhale yourself back up. So this time we're gonna get towards the middle first, and always you want to elongate and expand as you extend the pose. We'll get all three fingers on the two sides of our squaring towards the right foot. And then only the pinky and the thumb are pointed back. And then begin moving towards the toes. Breathe. Beautiful, long, expansive breaths. So try to maintain your level where you're at in the pose with using the core muscles, and move the thumb forward and the rest of the fingering backwards with both sides. So this one is a little tricky as the thumb is the biggest, has the biggest muscle of all fingers. So you want to kind of help it stretch a little bit by putting a little more weight. You might feel differences between left and right hand in the fingers, in the stretch of the thumbs. That's normal as the thumbs, again, they have the biggest finger muscles, and it's more noticeable if one is stronger or one is more stretched. And when you're ready, slowly with inhale, lifting up and then back to your center. Last one here, we'll move the feet in front of us, knees towards the mat. Maybe help the knees go down with the elbows. Slowly we'll begin incorporating this back stretch here. So maybe grab really good the feet, holding the knees down with the elbows as you begin curving the spine from the tailbone up the spine. The entire spine curves, and eventually you want to be moving the face towards the toes. So first forward from the hips, and then when you can't go any more forward, then you begin folding down. Where is the breath? The breath here is restricted most likely. And imagine moving it on the backs of the lungs. And when you're ready, slowly begin inhaling yourself up and find your way to a reverse tabletop. So feet in front of you, about 2 feet, hands behind you with fingertips pointed forward, and be careful with the elbows, need to be shy of lock. Lifting up. Just watch for the spine. Don't slam yourself in a pose, but remember, always sneak in. Spacing out the shoulder blades, spacing out the chest, and remember the neck is a beautiful continuation of the spine, so try not to have it collapsed backwards or forward. And when you're ready, sit and hug the knees. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, find yourself back into that tabletop, the reverse tabletop, we call it in the States. And this time, elevate the left foot straight forward and breathe. Left foot back down, elevate the right foot. Make sure elbows are shy of lock and the fingertips are spread. Right foot goes back down, elevate the left foot, breathe. Left foot goes down, elevate the right foot. And then find yourself sitting and hugging the knees. Tuck the chin towards the chest. On the next inhale, let's go back to that reverse tabletop. Lifting up on inhalation, spread the fingertips and also digging them into the mat. Elbows shy of block. Inhale, left foot. Breathe. Place the left foot on the right thigh and then begin sitting or lowering into sitting. Breathe. See if you can walk the hands forward a little bit. If not, that's fine. Just breathe. Relax the entire left leg and left foot and left leg. If you have walked the hands forward, walk them back and inhale back into tabletop. Reverse. Inhale, right foot. And then right foot is gonna go on the left thigh this time. And then sit. Ooh, that's very different for me than the other side. This one is definitely tighter. If you can, walk the hands forward. Just notice how much you're pushing. Are you pushing too much? You will know if your breath is restricted. Inhale and exhale. If you walk the hands forward, let's walk them back. Back to tabletop. All feet on the mat. Exhale, lower but hover. Do not touch the mat. Make sure the elbows are shy of block. Inhale back up, all the way up. How much up you can push. Exhale, lower and hover. Watch those elbows to be shy of block. Inhale back up. How much up you can go, pushing the mat away with the heels and with the hands. Exhale, lowering. Full breath all the way to the bottom of the belly. Inhale back up. Exhale, lowering. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, lowering. Hug the knees towards the chest. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head. In present time. And from where you're at, make a transition into a regular tabletop with hands and knees underneath and spread fingertips as much as possible to protect the wrists. Digging the fingers into the mat. The knees are exactly underneath the hips. Just notice if they are. Relax the shoulders and away from the ears. Elevate the left foot behind you. Look towards the left and then begin moving the left knee towards your nose. If you can't touch your nose, it's because your nose is not big enough. Inhale back into tabletop with straight left leg behind you. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So back to regular tabletop and elevate the right foot behind you, straight. Look towards the right and then begin moving right knee towards the nose. And back to leg in behind you and you're looking straight forward. Back to regular tabletop. Elevating the left foot behind you. One more last time, we will look towards the left and move the left knee towards the nose. Breathe. Where is the breath now? Can you move it lower? Leg behind you, straight and still in tabletop, but on three legs. And knee back to the mat. We'll get the right foot, last one, back and elevate it from the ground. Look towards the right and then move your right knee towards the nose. Where is the breath? There it is. Right foot straight behind you and back to tabletop. Walk the hands towards you and find yourself into sitting on the knees. Sitting on the ankles in hero's pose. So in this one, be very mindful as it could get very intense real fast. And if you don't notice the breath very much throughout the pose, but you slam yourself too fast, you might potentially lead yourself to certain injuries. So what you want to do is be very mindful about where the breath is at and whether there's any sensation of discomfort. If there are, then stay where you're at. Keep breathing, don't go further in the pose. With that said, lifting up yourself on the knees, and the knees are like shoulder distance, right? Move the shoulders back and behind and engage the core. Very engaged core. Tuck in the tailbone. That's super important. Tuck in the tailbone. So you don't want the tailbone to be sticking out, but instead tuck it in and strong core. And then begin leaning back. Begin leaning back and notice where the breath is at. If you can reach back, do that. Just keep tucking the tailbone, as automatically in this one, the tailbone is sticking out and you kind of have to be mindful about keep tucking it in. And breathe. If you can't breathe, you need to back up from the pose. Maybe it's too intense. When you're ready to exit with a strong core, lifting up yourself in inhale, with inhale. Always exit the pose with thinking expanding and elongating. So inhaling. And sit on your heels, moving into child's pose to counter that. So walk the hands forward, lowering yourself, forehead towards the mat. Walk the hands towards you about half of a distance and interlace fingers. Place the hands down and make a little bit of a cup for your head and place the crown of your head into that cup. Begin elevating the tailbone up towards the sky, kind of like a downward facing dog with the tucked toes. Breathe. Tailbone high towards the sky. Forearms are strong, shoulders are strong, yet spacing out the shoulder blades from each other. Place the knees on the mat. Walk the hands towards you into tabletop. And move both of the feet towards the left, elevating the right arm up towards the sky. Make sure that both of the feet are way towards the left, like 90 degrees from the left arm. And then begin elevating the right knee. And maybe straighten the right leg. Breathe. And when you're ready, find yourself into regular tabletop. We move both of the feet towards the right, perpendicular to the right arm. And elevate the left arm towards the sky. Elevate the left knee towards the sky. Maybe elevate the entire left leg, maybe straight. And breathe. And when you're ready, get back towards regular tabletop. And from there, make a transition into laying down on your spine. Laying down on your spine, hugging the knees towards the chest. Move the knees towards the left and keep them down with the left hand. Right arm goes towards the right. Keep both of the knees towards the left. Sometimes this one, you can feel the stretch not just in the shoulder and in the rotation of the torso, but also the hip area. Look towards the right fingertips. There is no right or wrong way where you should feel a pose. It's just we're all in different bodies, and also from day to day it varies depending on our activities and thoughts. Inhale yourself into a hug, knees towards the chest. Hug yourself really good. Move the knees towards the right. Keep it down with the with the right arm. As the left one goes towards the left. Relax here. Keep the knees down. And then at some point, begin moving your gaze towards the left fingertips. Inhale yourself into a hug, hugging the knees towards the chest. Find yourself in a comfortable laying down position, relaxing the legs and the feet. Relax the shoulders and the arms. Palms are up towards the sky. The body is getting heavy and relaxed on the mat. Relax the eyelids and make a flow of relaxation going down the entire body, all the way to the toes. Relax the toes, the feet, the ankles and legs, torso, shoulders, arms, hands and fingers, and neck and scalp. And place your intention on what you thought about in the beginning of the class. Repeat it 3 times in your head. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. Imagine that I walk up to you and I put an amethyst between your eyebrows on your face, and you're feeling the weight of the stone. It's not too heavy, but it's enough to be felt. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into the toes. Breathe into the fingertips. Keep your attention on the space between the eyebrows. With your mind's eye, see that mountain from the beginning of the class, and notice that there is a tree with purple flowers on it, kind of the same color as the amethyst on your forehead between your eyebrows. With a gentle smile on your face, and keep breathing into the belly. When you're ready, gently begin moving the toes and the fingers. Maybe stretch the hands overhead and the legs far away from you. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and keep it with you. Drink lots of water. Hope you have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.